All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment we've all been waiting for. Ray Hillhouse and Harley Barletta will have the front row. Mark Nelson and Kevin Reed on the second row. Eric Stoy and Stephen Gibson have the third row. Ian Ogden, Mike Smith have the fourth row. Jeff Hinkle and Albie Hewins rounding out the top 10. DJ the Iceman Kinner starting at 11th with Jared Heasley starting in 12th. Mark Dantuma starting in 13th. Kellen Mitchner back in 14th. 15th will be Austin Hable with Vern Spring in 16th. With Nick Marco in 16th, Vern Spring in 17th, Gerald Thanos Poole starting in 18th. I'm obviously having problems reading tonight. 115 laps, fuel windows about 45 to 50 laps, and they only have 3 additional sets of tires on this abrasive track, so guys are going to have to be really, really careful with this one. Great to see Kellen Mitchner back out on track there in the Sig Sauer car. It is great to see him back. It has been a while since we've seen Kellen. Everybody rolling as the pace car brings them around. Down the back straightaway, everybody getting stacked up, ready to go. Ray Hillhouse, the winner of the truck race last night, on the pole tonight, looking to make it 2 in a row. Nobody has swept both races this season. Pace car drops in. Ray Hillhouse up front, waiting for Barney the Flagman. Into the restart zone they go. Green flag in the air. They're down and away at Nashville. Everybody off into turn 1. Remember, turn 4 will be a deciding factor here tonight as everybody settles in quickly. Oh, we've got a spin out of turn 2. Jeff Hinkle and Stephen Gibson involved. Kellen Mitchner caught a piece of it. Caution is out on lap 1. DJ Kinner back behind Kellen. Looks like the incident had already started. See if we can get a look at Jeff Hinkle. Looked like he was right up in the mix on this. Joe Campbell out cheering on Albie Hewins. Off into turn 1 there is Hinkle on the bottom. Oh, Gibson and Hinkle just barely touch in the middle of 1 and 2. Chaos ensues behind. DJ Kinner diving to avoid it. Jeff Hinkle diving to avoid it. Kellen Mitchner diving to avoid it as well. Kellen Mitchner, Vern Spring, Albie Hewins all on pit road. Jeff Hinkle on pit road. Vern Spring also on pit road. Stephen Gibson. Gibson may be having some problems getting to pit road due to damage. A wild start to tonight's race. Just when we were talking about turn 4 being a deciding factor here tonight, Turn 2 surprises us a little bit. As we mentioned in pre-race, this abrasive track on cold tires, these cars get really loose out of turn 4 for the first 5 laps or so, but once the tires are heated up, the car really starting to push off turn 4. Guys that came through that fairly well. Mark Dantuma up 7 spots into 6th. Austin Habel comes up 8 spots into 7th. Couple of drivers really come out on the good end of that. Looks like Gerald Poole did not take to the grid tonight. Everybody stacked back up. It'll be Ray Hillhouse and Mark Nelson on the front row this time. Tires likely still cold for most of these cars. They've got a little heat in them, but not a ton, so expect to see a little bit of sliding out of turn 4 still. Not enough temperature or pressure in them to get a completed heat cycle. Pace car is in. Hillhouse controls the restart. Hillhouse into the zone. He fires and green is back in the air. Harley Barletta shoots, gets a great restart. Battles Mark Nelson now for 2nd place, off into 1. Harley Barletta goes to 2nd. Kevin Reed looking under Mark Nelson for 3rd. Can he get the run here? Hey, Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel in the chat and in the booth. Working race control tonight. Boy, she might have her hands full on this one. DJ the Iceman Kenner now into the top 10. Another one to watch late into the runs here. DJ, one of those guys that plays strategy and tire wear just about perfectly. Jared Heasley in the MS Society car up into the top 10 now. No major issues off turn 4 so far tonight. Jeff Hinkle and Stephen Gibson, after getting caught up together, now trying to work together to get back up into the fight. Caution! Oh, we've got cars around in turn 2, and it looks like Mark Dantuma involved. Oh, Mark Dantuma just gets a big push. Looks like he might have drove a little too deep into turn 1. Gets into Eric Stoy and they go around. A really rough start to this one, but Harley Barletta quickly to the lead. Ray Hillhouse now to 2nd, Nelson in 3rd, Kevin Reed in 4th, Austin Habel up 10 spots into 5th place. Nobody got, no, it looks like DJ's going to come to pit road. Mark Dantuma also coming down. Jeff Hinkle and Eric Stoy also coming down. Everybody else stays out. See if we can get a word with Austin. Hey, Austin, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. You're doing better. You got a lucky rabbit's foot in there tonight?
No, I'm not really proud of how I got up here to 5th. I kind of bullied bullied somebody to get around them there, and then he got spun out. I'm not really proud of that.
Well, obviously not proud of that one, but the previous incident, you came through with flying colors.
Yeah, that one was pretty nice. I was able to get down to the bottom of the racetrack really easily, and they just stayed in the middle of the racetrack spinning, so it was really easy to get around that one.
Up 10 spots already tonight. Do you have a few more in you?
I believe I can maybe win this race if I can save tires.
Well, man, try and hang on to it. It's been a great run so far. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Austin Habel up 10 spots already into 15th. Worth noting, Nick Marco up 7 spots into 9th. They are the two biggest movers. Jared Heasley also up 5 spots into 7th. Heasley comes into tonight with the points lead. 1 point over Jeff Hinkle. Right now, Hinkle sitting back in 14th. Harley Barletta, though, back up front where he belongs. Kellen Mitchner in his return, currently up 2 spots into 12th. It is so awesome to see Kellen out there tonight. J.R. Tanksley obviously very happy that they are running at the Nashville Superspeedway tonight. Lights go out on the pace car one more time around, then we're going racing. And again, we talked about incidents and the possibility of trouble out of turn 4. We have not seen any issues out of 4 yet, but 1 and 2 have been catastrophic to some drivers tonight. Down the back straightaway, everybody stacked back up. Harley Barletta will control the restart. Pace car about to drop in. There goes the pace car. Harley Barletta will lead them down. They're inside the zone. Harley fires. Green flag in the air. Harley gets a clean breakaway in front. Mark Nelson making his way back to second. A lot of side-by-side through 1 and 2. This track does have a lot of different grooves you can run through both ends of the track, but man, once those tires burn off, these guys are going to be running a single line, trying to find ways to get past each other. Stephen Gibson, after that early race incident, starting to make his way forward. DJ Kinner making his way up as well. Jeff Hinkle still mired back in 14th. Barletta out front. Mark Nelson now into second. Austin Habel in third. Kevin Reed in fourth. Ian Ogden now up here in the top 5. Hillhouse on pit road. Not sure why Hillhouse came down pit road. Hopefully race control will give us a hint. Harley Barletta last time by set the fastest lap of the race. Don't expect that to last long. That lap time, a 30.44. In the next few laps, times will start dropping rapidly. Austin Habel in third has Kevin Reed all over the back bumper, keeping him busy. Ian Ogden back in fifth, Jared Heasley in sixth now. Mike Smith now up into seventh. Gibson continuing to march his way forward again. He is back up into eighth, but DJ Kinner just set the fastest lap of the race so far in ninth place. Albie Hewan's cracking into the top 10 again. Kellen Mitchner now making his way up. He is into 11th. Looks like Ray Hillhouse got a black flag on the restart. Mark Nelson sitting back in second, not gaining any real ground. Kevin Reed has now made his way up into third. Meanwhile, the battle is on fourth, fifth, and sixth. Here comes Stephen Gibson and Mike Smith. Gibson coming by on the high side for seventh. DJ Kinner lurking. Oh, Mike is loose. Mike holds on to it, but loses several spots and slips back into 10th. Meanwhile, Heasley up into 6th. Gibson now in 7th. Mike Smith, what an awesome save there. And what a close call. Not what he wanted to have happen here early, but he is still in the top 10, still in the fight. Kellen Mitchner in 11th, trying to make his way forward, but Eric Stoy right on his back bumper. Eric looking to the low side in 3 and 4. Harley Barletta still out front by about a half a second. Ian Ogden has now made his way to 4th and Heasley into 5th. Austin Habel stuck up on the high side is losing ground quickly. Gibson's looking underneath. Gibson can't get there yet. Habel holds on to 6th. JR, I don't know. I really cannot answer that question. I don't think he runs much dirt. Harley Barletta maintaining his half-second lead right now with Mark Nelson in 2nd and Kevin Reed in 3rd. A big gap from 3rd place, Kevin Reed, back to 4th place, Ian Ogden now 1 3/4 seconds as Heasley gets right to the back bumper of Ian Ogden. Kellen Mitchner, we saw him get stuck up on the high side a couple laps ago, has drifted back a little bit. Meanwhile, Eric Stoy up on the high side past Mike Smith up into the top 10. Mike gets a little push through 3 and 4, has to roll out of it, and it looks like Dan Tuma is going to get a run on the bottom. Kellen Mitchner coming underneath Mike Smith. Mike, ever since getting loose, I have to wonder if he tore the tires up a little bit. He has been fading rapidly. Harley Barletta maintaining that half-second lead. You have to wonder how much he is pushing the car right now. These guys have got to be careful with the tire wear. The early caution laps will definitely have helped extend tire and fuel life, but these guys will want tires long before they need fuel. The fuel window, 45 to 50 laps here. And I guarantee you a lot of them wanted tires after about 15 green flag laps. Kevin Reed is close back in on Mark Nelson now. Heasley, having made it past into fourth place, now trying to run them down. Worth noting, Jared Heasley was one of the first guys making successful fast setups for this next-gen car. He definitely understands the car, the handling, and how it runs better than most. On a track like this, understanding the car, giving it what it needs, and not pushing it beyond its limits is definitely going to pay off. Stephen Gibson, after the lap 1 incident going all the way to the back, has made his way back up into 6th. Jeff Hinkle, who was in that incident as well, currently mired back in 14th. Eric Stoy, a big run out of 2, gets by Austin Habel and almost gets into DJ's bumper. DJ gets a better run into 3. Can Eric... Oh! Austin gets the wall out of 4. Dan Tuma, in the meantime, on the high side around Albie. Albie fighting back on the bottom. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Mark pulls ahead off into turn 3. Now Kellen looking on the high side. Jeff Hinkle battling with Mike Smith. That is the battle for 13th as Hinkle moves up a position. Late in the tire run, Jeff Hinkle, this will be the point where he comes alive and starts reeling folks in. And speaking of reeling them in, Mark Nelson and Kevin Reed have reeled in Harley Barletta. Down the back straightaway, nose to tail, Nelson and Reed not making any kind of attack here. Jared Heasley holding about 1.7 seconds back in 4th. Heasley almost kissing the wall there. Ian Ogden still holding on to 5th. Stephen Gibson in 6th, about 1.1 seconds back. Not gaining much ground right now. What about Eric Stoy, who has made his way back up into 7th? DJ Kenner now up into 8th. Austin Habel still up a bunch of spots from where he started, in up to 9th now. And Mark Dantuma cracking into the top 10. Kellen Mitchner now up into 11th, right on Dan Tuma's back bumper. What a closing rate. Kellen looking underneath, off into turn 3. Kellen gets a big run out of turn 4. He's going to go into the top 10. Here comes Jeff Hinkle. Hinkle sitting back in 12th place, setting his sights on Mark Dantuma. Albie Ewens is still there. Nick Marco is in pit road. The first of the green flag stops as Mark Nelson is going to the lead. Mark Nelson out front for the first time tonight. Harley Barletta now to second, Kevin Reed in third. Albie Hewins is on pit road now as well. Jared Heasley starting to reel in Kevin Reed. Ian Ogden starting to close the door as well. Austin Habel still holding on to ninth. Kellen Mitchner closing in though. Kellen shoots it to the bottom in 3. DJ Kenner now up to 8, trying to follow Stephen Gibson. Eric Stoy had a great charge early in the run. Ran himself back up into 6th place. Has not been able to close the gap on the cars ahead. Albie Hewins has completed his cycle of pit stops. Nick Marco also completing his stops. Harley Barletta staying within striking distance. Kevin Reed losing some ground here late in the run. Heasley closed right up on him. Ian Ogden also making up a ton of ground here late in the run. The fuel window is 45 to 50 laps. The caution laps will have extended that. Will anybody try and go the distance on a single stop is the question, and would they be able to? Harley back to the back bumper on Mark Nelson, not letting him get far away. Could we see a change for the lead here again? Meanwhile, oh, wait a minute. Ian Ogden gets a big push into turn 1. Looks like he drove in a little too deep and almost got the wall. I think he may have got the wall there. Try and get a look at the right side of that car. Doesn't look like it's too banged up. He might have just given the wall a little kiss. No, he definitely has some scratching and damage on the right front. The top two continue to pull away from third place Kevin Reed. The gap now 2.3 seconds, but Jared Heasley, Ian Ogden still right there. Eric Stoy back in 6th, closing in just a little bit on Ian. Gibson and Kenner still nose to tail around here. Jeff Hinkle has managed to work his way back up into the top 10. Currently running in 10th, right behind 9th place Austin Hable. Hinkle now down to the bottom. He's going for 9th. Doing some quick math, I don't think any driver can go the distance on a single stop. They'd have to make it almost to lap 70, and despite the early caution laps, I just don't think anybody can make it that far. Pit stops here, especially on these old worn tires, can get very sketchy getting onto pit road coming off turn 4. Everybody fairly well spread out. Eric Stoy starting to close in on the cars in front of him again. Now down under a second. Fastest lap of the night so far was run by DJ Kenner, a 30.42. Last time by, he ran a 32.2. These guys have lost a second and a half just due to the warm tires so far. Jared Heasley is on pit road, the first of the leaders. Will Mark Nelson and Harley Barletta come down this time? They cannot afford to wait too many more laps. They are going to continue turning them here. Harley and Mark both. Kevin stays out. Ian stays out. Eric is out. DJ Kenner. Does not look like anybody's coming in. Kellen Mitchner is in. Mark Nelson continuing to click away at laps. Eric Stoy has now caught up to Ian Ogden. Jared Heasley is back out off of pit road. Now we'll see how much time he can pick up on fresh tires. Currently 47.5 seconds behind Mark Nelson, little over a lap and a half. Kevin Reed, Ian Ogden are now in. Mark and Harley nose to tail as they go off into turn 3. Looks like Mark may be signaling he's coming in. He is. Harley stays out, reclaims the lead. Mark Nelson gives it up and comes to pit road. Eric Stoy comes by, moving into second. DJ Kenner now in third. Jared Heasley on fresh tires, continuing to pass hard. Remember, Heasley has the points lead coming into tonight by 1 point over Jeff Hinkle. Harley Barletta comes in from the lead. Eric Stoy is going to claim the lead here. DJ is staying out as well. Stephen Gibson also still out. Ray Hillhouse also completing a stop. Mike Smith is on pit road. Stephen Gibson now coming down pit road. Eric Stoy out front, staying out again. DJ Kenner continuing to stretch it as well. Just shy of the halfway point, but I cannot see anybody making it on a single stop. The top 4 are the only ones to not have stopped. Jared Heasley working his way through lap traffic with Harley Barletta. That is the battle for the lead at the moment. Heasley and Barletta side by side through 3 and 4. Barletta pulls ahead. Eric Stoy on pit road. DJ Kenner now in the lead. Jeff Hinkle scored in second. Mark Dantuma scored in third. Harley Barletta, the leader, after every pit stop, cycles through. Top 3 still have not been to pit road. It gets close as DJ comes in. Hinkle coming in. Dantuma's going to stay out. Dantuma claims the lead for the first time tonight. Harley Barletta sitting back in 4th place. And this may be a rain-shortened race. Mark Dantuma gives up the lead. He is on pit road. We may have a rain-shortened race, ladies and gentlemen. We're at lap 58. There is 24 minutes left in the session. Good evening, Glenn. It'll be very close on the laps. Stephen Gibson just set the fastest lap of the race so far. In 7th. After pit stop cycle through, Mark Nelson now in 2nd, Heasley back to 3rd, Ian Ogden in 4th, but Kevin Reed now back to 5th. Albie Hewins now up into 6th and continuing to make his way forward. Stephen Gibson in 7th. Eric Stoy in 8th. Austin Habel in 9th. And DJ Kenner in 10th. Only 14 cars left on the lead lap after the early incidents and this cycle of stops. Kellen Mitchner calling it a night. He missed up pit entrance and ended up 3 laps down. Kellen, buddy, you know I'm thinking about you. If you need anything, holler. Great run tonight. You were charging through the field. Mark Nelson in second place. These drivers have to be thinking about the possibility of the race being shortened. And that does bring up the question of fuel strategy as well. Do you try and stretch it to the last possible minute, hoping that that flag comes out? So a quick explanation. Apparently there was a glitch in setting up the race tonight. Qualifying was set for an hour. By accident, that time, for whatever reason, does not if the part of the session is cut short, that time does not automatically go to the next part, although it should, but that's a whole nother ball of wax. So, because the session was set up for X amount of time and qualifying was set up for too long, they are running low on time. Let's see if we can get a quick word with race control and see what her thoughts are. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me? Nicole in race control. You got me?
Gotcha, Doug.
Hey, so a shortened race.
Yes, I believe so.
I know it's going to be kind of close. I'm guessing we're looking at about lap 100.
Somewhere around there. Right now, it's telling me about 40 more laps to go, if there's no cautions.
Well, that would be cool, but now that throws the question of fuel mileage, especially given some of the pit strategies here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to be thinking, if they're going to stay out. To me, I'd push it and stay out.
And definitely probably the wise move, especially those guys that pitted on or about lap 53, 54.
Yeah.
So are the drivers upset at all, or what's the comments on the radio?
I haven't heard nothing over iRacing, so I have no idea what they're thinking. They might not even know there's going to be a shortened race.
Well, this could be an interesting into the night for sure.
Yes, it could be.
Good luck. I have a feeling you're going to need it when this thing, when the white flag comes out.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Hey, do us a favor, Nicole. When we get down to about 2 or 3 minutes to go, let us know.
Okay, I will.
Sounds like Nicole might have her hands full late in this one. Roughly lap 105 is what we're looking at, so only about 10 laps short, thankfully. Still could be an given the fact that some of these guys stretched it. I think the latest pit was Mark Dantuma on lap 58. Could he be the wisest one out there? Jeff Hinkle stopped on lap 57. We were hearing in pre-race 45 to 50 laps. Somebody would have to really save some fuel here and make something happen, but could pull it off. Harley Barletta, Mark Nelson continue their charge at the front. They now have a 3.5 second lead over Ian Ogden in third, Kevin Reed in fourth, and now Jarrett Heasley, who's been running third since the pit stops, has drifted back. Remember, Jarrett stopping about 5 laps before the cars in front of him. Albie Hewins is on pit road. I have a hunch Albie's team was listening, knows what's coming. He's getting 4 tires and fuel. Nick Marco also hitting pit road. Marco, one of the early pit stop guys. I do believe Albie stopped a little bit before the rest of the field as well. Gerald, I'm just saying, I think Albie's team might be listening to the broadcast and might have a little bit of a strategic advantage here right now. Ray Hillhouse is now on pit road. Ray, another one that stopped in the 30s. Of the drivers that have not had their second pit stop, Heasley stopped on lap 47. Everybody else was after lap 50. Do we see everybody that stopped after lap 50 try and stretch it? And what does Heasley do being on the cusp there? I did talk to Jared prior to the race. I know exactly what his fuel mileage is, and I know based on what he was seeing in practice, he cannot go the distance. Albie Hewins, Ray Hillhouse back off pit road, as is Vern Spring. Well, Vern pitted on lap 52. He had some problems earlier back in 14th. Nick Marco has completed his stop. Stephen Gibson out of the race, as well as Kellen Mitchner. Harley Barletta maintaining that gap, but they continue to pull away from Ian Ogden. That gap now 4.6 seconds. Jared Heasley falling back, and Eric Stoy now to the inside. That's the battle for 5th. Stoy down on the bottom. He has fresher tires. He's going to clear. 9-lap fresher tires for Eric Stoy, definitely paying off there. Austin Habel sits back in 7th. Jeff Hinkle in 8th there, nose to tail. Nick Marco with him as well. Nick not on the lead lap. Austin Habel pulling a gap, and look at Marco. Nick Marco pitting 10 laps after. Just about 10 laps ago is when Nick pitted, and you can tell a huge difference as he comes flying by Hinkle, but Hinkle still got some speed to hang with him. Harley Barletta looking at lap traffic for the first time tonight as well. Heasley is on pit road. Heasley short pitting a little bit here. Last in on lap 47. Oh, Vern Spring in the wall as the leader goes by. Vern bounces off, keeps the momentum going. Harley gets by clean. Now Mark Nelson looks down underneath. Kevin Reed now under attack from Eric Stoy. Eric is on the march. Eric pushes up a little bit but holds it. Side-by-side battle. That is the battle for fourth. Eric Stoy pulls ahead. Eric sitting about 1 second behind Ian Ogden. Will he be able to run him down before the checkers come out? And can Harley Barletta and Mark Nelson stretch their fuel? This is going to be so close. Ten cars left on the lead lap. Mike Smith, number 10. Jared Heasley now in 11th as he comes back out on track. Now, who is going to pit? Who is going to stretch? What is going to be the right strategy move here? Mike Smith, right behind him, is the leader, Harley Barletta. Ray Hillhouse back in 13th. Ray has last on pit road, lap 71. He is trying to make up some ground here as well. It is becoming a big game of chess out there right now. Mark Nelson back in second, now 1.5 seconds behind Harley. Ian has lost a lot of ground, now 6.7 seconds back, and Eric Stoy is gaining on him quickly. Eric now 0.6 of a second back. Kevin Reed back in 5th, Austin Habel back in 6th. Jeff Hinkle in 7th, Dan Tuma 8th, DJ Kenner in 9th. Mike Smith back in 10th. Jared Heasley 1 lap down in 11th place. Mark Nelson's coming in. Harley's going to stay out. Do we see any of these guys just come in for a splash of fuel? Watching Mark Nelson to see if he gets tires. What is the strategy move here? Mark hits his pit box perfectly. Right sides are up. He is getting tires. Left sides are up. 4 tires of fuel for Mark Nelson. Harley Barletta, meanwhile, has put Mike Smith a lap down. Ian Ogden back in second, already under attack from Eric Stoy. Stoy Boy sitting in third. Kevin Reed back in fourth. Austin Habel in fifth. "26 laps to go. Will we see the end of it? Or will this be cut about 10 laps short?" There is rain in the area. We could see a rain-shortened race. Jared Heasley closing in on Mark Nelson now as both of them try on fresh tires to run their way back through the field. Could this be a collaboration between the two of them? I can't tell you they are in the same chat, could be working together, as there's the leaders right in front of him. There is second place Eric Stoy, third place Ian Ogden. Nelson right to Ogden's back bumper. Now Nelson's going to look low with Heasley. Barletta still out front. Mark and Jared quickly closing in on Mike Smith and DJ Kenner in 8th and 9th. Let's take a ride along for a moment with Harley. Harley is completely clutching it through the turn. Let's see if he does it in 1 and 2. He completely clutches it all the way through 1 and 2. He's got a 7-second lead right now. Barletta doing everything he can to save fuel. Eric Stoy, on the other hand, I don't believe is saving a lick of fuel. Nope, Eric Stoy is on it all the way around here. Ian Ogden will follow right along with him. I don't believe he is saving fuel. Is Kevin Reed? No, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin is definitely saving fuel. A mix of strategies going on here late in the run. The rain is 5 minutes away. This is gonna get wild. Can Harley save enough fuel to make it to the end? Mark Nelson has now made his way back up to 9th and has put himself back on the lead lap. Here comes Heasley. He's back into the top 10. Harley out front saving fuel. Eric Stoy definitely closing the gap. Harley saving fuel. Eric Stoy is not. Ian Ogden sits back in third, not saving fuel. Kevin Reed in fourth is saving fuel, but not as aggressively as some. Jeff Hinkle looks like he is saving fuel. Some of these guys think they can make it with some fuel saving. This is Wow, what a cat and mouse game going on right now. Balancing fuel savings with the strategy here. Austin Habel sits 6th, Mark Dantuma in 7th, DJ Kenner in 8th. You can tell by the speeds these guys are running, they are clutching through the turns, trying to save as much as possible. Mark Nelson and Jared Heasley do not have to worry about fuel. They are gaining on 6th, 7th, and 8th quickly. The question is, do they have many positions can they pick up in roughly 7 laps? Harley Barletta's lead now 5.6 seconds. Estimating rain and 6th. Kevin Reed is in. Kevin Reed gives up 4th place. Six to 8 laps before the rain hits. Can Harley save enough fuel? Eric Stoy is still gaining on him. He is not saving a drop. Mark Nelson, everybody's saving. Mark Nelson is running to the top 5. Mark Nelson has just come by several cars up to 5th. Jared Heasley about 4 seconds behind when he catches him. He's going to get there. Stoy still closing in on the leader for roughly 4 to 6 laps to go. Stoy was slow through 1 and 2 that time. Inside Eric Stoy's car, is he saving fuel now? Nope. Yeah, just a little bit. Mid-turn, he cranks the throttle a little bit more than he needs to. We're about to get 1 lap to go. Can Harley do it? Or is Eric Stoy going to run into Ian Ogden's on pit road? What a wild finish to this one. Jeff Hinkle now up to 3rd. Mark Nelson in 4th, but here we go. Harley Barletta pulls off the win in a rain-shortened race. Eric Stoy comes home in 2nd. Hinkle headed for 3rd. And Jeff Hinkle manages to pull off a 3rd. Mark Nelson with an epic comeback into 4th place. Mark Dantuma comes home 5th. DJ Kenner in 6th. Austin Habel in 2nd. Heasley 8th. Mike Smith in 9th. Kevin Reed finishes 10th. Let's talk to our top 3. What a wild one. Hey Jeff, this is Doug. You got me?
I sure do, Doug. How you doing? That was crazy, right?
Are you out of fuel?
No, I got a lot of fuel because of that accident that happened at the 4 laps or whatever that was, or 6 laps.
Yeah.
With Mark and Eric, that I pitted then and just topped off, and so that allowed me to get there with no problem. I still had 4 laps to go.
That was definitely a wild turn of events. Obviously, you went back. It didn't seem like you were flying through the field nearly as much, but at the end, the fuel strategy paid off.
Yeah, it sure did. I was slow. I didn't deserve a 3rd place finish. That's for darn sure.
Well, you got it, and you got the points lead, man. Congratulations.
Nice. Got it. You got to be lucky sometimes.
Yeah, that you do, man. Great job tonight.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Eric Stoy comes home in 2nd. Eric, how many more laps did you need?
Oh, let's say 2. 2 laps.
That last couple of laps, I mean, we were watching you and Harley closely. Harley obviously saving a ton of fuel. You were not saving a drop.
Nope, I was good to go after my last pit, so I knew I could go as hard as I want.
Man, the last couple of laps you had knocked off, you were knocking off well over a second a lap there for a while. I mean, it was looking like if we hadn't gotten the rain, you would have got up there and got the job done tonight.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Harley did what he had to do. I mean, I was looking at the times as well, but it was fun though. I don't really enjoy this track, but hey, second place is second place.
Well, man, congratulations. That was an awesome, awesome second place finish.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
And finally, let's see if I can find our winner. Hey, Harley, I have to say we were watching you the last probably 20 laps or so, clutching it all the way through the turns.
Did I finish 7th?
No, you finished first.
Oh, I won? Cool.
Yes. Good God.
I ran out of beer with like 20 to go, and I was like, oh, crap. And then I looked at the time limit, and I was like, oh, crap. I just started clutching it.
I have to say, man, well, apparently running out of beer focused you a little bit there on getting it done because you got it to victory lane. Robert Winger called it before the green ever dropped that you'd win it tonight.
That's crazy. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate you.
Man, I have to say, I've seen some guys saving fuel. I have never seen somebody clutch all the way through the turn. You were clutching before you turned into turn 1, and about 2/3 of the way out of turn 2, we're back on the gas.
Yeah, man, from the start-finish line all the way to the center of 1, and from there's some logos up there on the wall. I was going from there, probably like mid-back stretch, to like halfway through 3 and 4, and I was like, all right, time to go.
Well, it obviously worked. How much fuel did you have when the checker came out?
1.1 at the checkered.
Well, you could have pushed a hair harder, but why risk it?
Oh, the last lap I didn't lift at all. I went full send.
Well, man, congratulations. That was an awesome win, a rain-shortened win, but, man, you couldn't have done it any better.
That's okay. I'm happy for the rain. I'm also not happy for the rain, but, you know, it is what it is.
It definitely is, man. Great job tonight.
Thanks, Ben. It was fun.
Harley Barletta pulling off one of the most epic wins. What a strategy, what a move, what a night. Wow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be in the race car tomorrow night. I have no idea what I'm going to race, but I'm going to race something tomorrow night, so you guys might want to tune in and get a chuckle. Thank you guys. X-Cal is back Tuesday. Nowski is back Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning into a rain-shortened race at the Nashville Superspeedway.